Hi everybody and welcome to today's review. Gareth Shaw here, PJ Professional, and I've got a really cool training aid to bring you today. It's from a company called Wedge Trainer. This little device fits onto the butt end of your golf club. I'll show you just up close up to the camera so you can see here. Fits onto the butt end of your golf club. The actual ball needs to be level with the club face to help you utilise and use this training aid to the best of its ability. The product is by a company, as I said, called Wedge Trainer. The price in US dollars is $89. You might think, whoa Gareth, that's a bit steep first of all. Yes it is, but it depends if you're going to use it over and over again. If it's something that you're going to use in your golf bag and use it every time you practice, like I'm down here at Stone Golf Centre today, I'd probably get it out of my bag and use it every time because it's making such a difference to your wedge game. I've used this for a week and I've noticed a difference straight away. So for me at the moment, the value for money pays for itself. Let me show you how it works a little bit. So how it works is ultimately, lots of golfers when I coach on a regular basis, their wedge technique was very poor. Especially on a mat like we've got today. So we've got a little bit of a wet mat because we've had some really wet weather in the UK over the last couple of days. What a lot of golfers do is kind of stab at the golf ball, they pick it up really quick and hit the mat and thin the ball and fat the golf ball. Whereas what this device does is it sits on your forearm. So you'll see a lot of golfers such as Tiger Woods chipping and pitching, John Daly pitching with one hand. And that's the objective of this training aid. First of all, it's got to stay on your forearm here. Got to keep it on that forearm through the swing. So straight away, it changes the position and how you set up. For me, it's a lot squarer you set up to the golf ball, and with a lot of squarer face. And I feel like I'm a little bit more upright with my forearm. My arms are a little bit more risen. That's not a bad thing. Do you look at somebody like Bryson DeChambeau, his pitching technique, it's very much like this, and this is the way the Wedge Trainer's getting you in that position. That's going to help, for one, with your strike. You're going to get the ball a lot cleaner when you're striking that golf ball because of your angle that you're coming into the golf shot. You're going to get it a little bit shallower. One of my bad traits is I dig on pitch shots, and that's because I come at it really steep, so take a massive divot, dead inconsistent. Whereas you watch a lot of the pros, you can just see when they're on the driving range, they just kind of graze the grass and take the ball and then take a little bit of turf. They don't take much turf, whereas a lot of us golfers out there, we will take the turf and then the golf ball, or we take the golf ball and then a massive clump of turf, giving us inconsistent strikes. So I love this straight away because it gets you in a nice position. So I'm set up to it, ball's on my forearm, I've got to keep it there throughout my swing. Feel a little bit more upright, feel a little bit more squarer face. Now what I've got to try and do is keep it however long my wedge swing I want on my forearm. And this is great for probably shoulder height. I don't know if I could go full with it because it really would change the way I swing the golf club and my plane of my golf swing. But for these kind of 50 to 60 to probably 80 yard shots, I think it's great. So setting up to that golf ball, keeping that ball on my arm, and you'll probably hear it there. You'll see a bit of the kind of turf or the water come up on the mat, but it sounded crisp. It sounded like I caught the golf ball, which is what I want. It's going to give me a lot more spin. It's going to make my trajectory a little bit lower. So this is a 60-degree lob wedge here I've got. So it's going to make that golf ball come out a little bit lower because I'm keeping that connection, keeping that strike. And it is a strange sensation to get used to, but the team at Wedge Trainer say practice with this as regularly as you can, get used to that technique and used to that sensation. Because again, if ultimately it changes your wedge game, why not? Come out a lot lower, a lot more checky. I like that. Just going to give me some nice check spin as I hit my golf shots and give me more control on the greens. So keep it on that forearm, a lot more upright feeling. And what I feel here as well is I'm using my bigger muscles. I feel like I'm using my chest to turn rather than using my wrists, as a lot of people do. Turning my chest on this golf club. So I'm there and I feel like my chest turning and then striking. And again, giving me a lot more consistency and a lot more control in my strike. Really good. Hit one more. This is really cool. Takes a little bit used to. It's a frustrating sensation. It's not for everybody. Let's say if you're just starting out or you really want to take your handicap down and you want to improve your wedge game, I think the Wedge Trainer is a great training aid. $89 in the US. Check them out on the socials and the links below. And if you're something you struggle with, your wedge game, this is something you might want to look at. The price might put you off a little bit, so hopefully when it comes into the UK we can bring that price down a tad. But as I said at the start, if it's something you're going to use every day, every time you practice, it's value for money for me. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.